5 tips on choosing the right sari. This will help you and save you a lot of headache and make your life easy when it comes to wearing a sari. So stay tuned for my video. Namaste. Hi beautiful people. For my subscribers, welcome back. A very warm welcome. I love you so much. And for those of you new to my channel, welcome to Sarees and Curries. So I get asked a lot of questions about saris, how to wear them, how to look elegant, how to not trip over it, you know, anything related to sari. And why should you listen to me? Well, I'm not an expert. Hey, I don't even know if there is a sari expert. Maybe there are, I don't know. But if you've watched my channel, you know that I love saris. Any occasion, I'm ready to wear a sari, and I would rather buy a sari over any Western outfit any given day. I could live in a sari, but that's not possible here in the US, right? I also happen to be a Bharatanatyam dancer. So growing up, I've worn saris, danced a lot. So over the course of time, I've learned tips and tricks that help me. So what I thought was I would start a series called Saree on My Mind, and today is the first episode. Here I'm going to talk all about sari fabrics. Yes, it starts with choosing the right fabric. So I think this video will be helpful for anyone who wants to wear a sari, especially for people in the US, because you know, over here we don't wear saris every day. We cannot wear it to work. I wish we could, but no. So it's more of like an occasion wear. But this video could also be helpful to anybody living anywhere. So I have 5 tips for you on how to choose the right sari fabric, and I will show you some examples of my saris. I'll also insert pictures. So I think this video will be really helpful for you. So just before I start, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my videos. My next part would be like about petticoats, blouses, jewelry, shoes, everything that needs to go to make the perfect outfit using a sari. So let's begin. So tip number 1 is fabric. India is such a rich place with culture, and we have so many fabrics. And when you go to buy a sari, you can find saris in, oh my god, a variety of fabrics. So what are the things you have to remember? So for girls who are skinny, who want to add a little bit more bulk, you should choose fabrics that give you a little bit of bulk, like cotton. You can opt for more stiffer materials, linen, anything like that, and they will be, you know, silk. They will add bulk to you. But if you are a person who doesn't want to add a lot of bulk, or you're not comfortable, you should try more flowy materials, and for that you should opt for like soft silks, blends, cotton blends, and things like that. Of course, there are other materials like net and, you know, chiffon, but the problem could be that it can be sheer. It's mostly sheer net saris, and we might not be confident in those. We might not feel very confident in those kind of fabrics, because things might show through. For example, so if you remember in one of my hauls, I showed you this sari. This is like a very linenish material, a stiffer material. I don't mind it, but it's quite stiff. So if you're in a rush, also this could be tricky to wear and also add bulks. So I would prefer actually saris like this, which you might have seen. This is, I think, a georgette material or so, and it's in a darker color, which we'll get to later on. So this is something, a very flowy material. This will really help you. And then another thing you can try is like crepe. So this is another of my sari, and I had worn it in my 4 favorite party wear sari video. If you haven't seen it, please do. I'll link it right here. So this is also a very flowy material, but it is not see-through. So you can wear it quickly. The pleats fall really well, and it drapes, clings to your body really well without being see-through. And I will of course insert some pictures or videos so you can see how it goes. The second tip is actually the border. Yes, And trust me, if you think of these and remember this tip whenever you go to buy a sari, it will help you so much. So women who are petite is 5'4" and below, or maybe 5'4" and below in height. I am 5'4", so I'm on the border of the US size petite and miss. But it's okay. But again, I still follow the rules of being a petite woman. So for borders, what petite women want to avoid are large borders. So for example, this sari has a beautiful huge border, and I love this sari and I do wear it, but most of my saris don't have borders like this, only because when you have a big border, it kind of cuts your frame. And what happens is you look much shorter. Same thing for when you're opting for a ruffle sari, which seemed to be the trend all over last year. Opt for ruffles in the same color as the sari, not a contrasting ruffle than the sari, because every time you have contrasting colors in like layers, it cuts off your frame and you look much shorter. So opt for smaller borders like this. You see, this is a bandhni sari and the border is like really small. So it keeps my frame, and again, if I look there, it's because I can see what I'm showing you. So it gives you a more clean line and it doesn't cut off your frame so much, so you don't look short. It really flows really well and the material is quite flowy. Now, if you are opting for like silk saris or heavier festive saris, don't buy the border like the one I showed you in the black sari. You can buy something like this, which has a border, but it's still a smaller border. That way you get the best of both worlds. You have a border, a nice golden contrasting border, but it's not overwhelming and it doesn't cut your frame. Now, tall girls don't have that problem because you can really wear saris with big borders and you'll be fine. So in that, but you know what, us petite girls also have tricks up our sleeve, right? So tip number 3 is actually the pattern itself on the sari. Yes, we've talked about the fabric, we've talked about the border, but now comes the pattern. It's exactly the same as before. If you do not want to look bulky, or if you are petite, avoid saris with loud pattern or big prints. For example, this is a gorgeous sari, but as you can see, the entire sari has prints and it's completely filled. And to be honest, I usually avoid saris like this, but I still do love the sari. Once in a while I do wear it. But this is not a sari I reach for when I'm trying to buy a sari, because it just adds bulk to a frame. It's like a busy pattern and the eyes kind of, it creates an optical illusion that you're much bigger than what you actually are. And I'll insert the video or a photo here of me in that sari. So instead, what you can do is, there are plenty of saris out there with very small patterns. I'll show you. For example, this gorgeous blue sari. It's such a pretty sari and it has patterns, but you see they are spaced out quite a lot and they are tiny. So they give the sari such a festive look, but it doesn't overwhelm the frame. And another example is the sari I showed you with the border. Again, this is the sari with the border. This also has patterns, but the booties, or whatever these are called, they are like few and far in between and tiny, and it really makes a person look slender. Of course, if you are a skinny girl and you really want to put on a little bit of bulk, you could easily, very easily pull off saris with bold patterns, loud patterns, big patterns, or even tall girls. Tip number 4 is actually the color of your sari. So as you know, all of you have heard, and even with Western outfits, darker colors make you look slimmer, especially black. Black kind of draws the eye in such a way that you don't see, you know, shapes, like everything. It doesn't give you dimension, like, you know, it makes you look so slim and things like that. But of course we are not going to buy black saris all the time, so opt for darker colors, but I do have options for you. So for example, this is a ruffle sari and it's in a beautiful royal blue color, and as you can see there are some motifs on here, but they are like small and quite far in between. This is one of the things I was talking about. The ruffle is in the same color, so it's not going to make me look cut out. And then this color is dark, so it really altogether it satisfies three of the rules. Satisfies small motifs far apart, ruffle in the same color, and a dark color. So it really elongates the frame and looks very classy, and dark saris are really good for nighttime functions as well. For festive saris, again, this is another of my favorite sari. Again, satisfies a few of the criterias. Small border, motifs are really tiny and almost in the same color, so they don't clash. And this is one of those saris that like is my favorite, and it's so festive, but in a really dark shade of like peacock blue green with a tinge of maroonish, like eggplanty. Very beautiful sari. So dark saris will be so beautiful and have a very slimming effect. Now, not all the time can we buy dark saris, right? We have to have a wide variety of colors. So I have, this is the total opposite. This is a sari in a totally not dark color. But now here the material is a very soft, not heavy material at all. I forget what this is. I think it's art silk, but it is very light, so it drapes really well. It's a blend. And then here, like I said about the border, it looks like it has a big border, but if you look at the border, it's in quite a shade that resembles the rest of the sari, so it doesn't take away from your frame. It doesn't shorten your height. So of course you can buy saris, but at least remember some of the tips, so that will make your sari buying super easy. And moving on to the last tip. And the final tip for today is bling. I love glitter, I love bling, and I hope all of you ladies out there love your bling. But how do you pick fabrics or saris with the perfect amount of bling without it appearing gaudy? So a few tips. For example, this sari, it's in a dark shade, already looks very classy for nighttime functions, and it has a lace and sequin border, but a very like classy, elegantly sophisticated, and a little bit of stonework. And this will shine at night, make it look all pretty, but it is not covered in stones, glitter, nothing like that. It is beautifully placed and it does not overwhelm your frame. So you can pick colors. See, all the tips kind of go together. The border is small, the color is dark, and the bling is there, but not too much. Now, if you look at this sari, you'll be like, oh my God, this is the total opposite. It's a very light color. It's covered in bling, but no, hold your horses. So this sari works perfectly because the material is, like I said, what I said in the tips, it's a crepe material, so it's very flowy, and the bling you see is only on the pallu. It's actually a half and half sari. It has these smaller patterns and it's a very flowy material, so the pleats and all fall very well, and it's only the pallu that is blingy, so you can do a mix of just enough of one good tip with something that doesn't flatter very well. So the white is taken over by the bling, but the other half, which is dark, contrasts it and makes it a really wearable party sari. And for times when you have to have like a party, festive, bright out there sari, again, opt for, like, this is a bright fuchsia pink sari, but again, the material is fine and it has motifs, but it's not covered in these motifs, and it's not blingy, but it just has the right amount of gold motifs and the sequins the border, and then it has this lacy thing, so it adds so much jazz and class. And if you have a heavy pallu, then you don't need the sari covered in bling, so that will be another party sari. So I really hope this video has been helpful for you and has given you some ideas. I know a lot of the things we already know, but we just need to hear it one more time to like kind of have like a aha moment, you know. So please do hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section if there are any tips out of what I mentioned that you follow. And what are some of the challenges you face when wearing a sari. I love to interact with you in my comment section. And for those of you who are new, please do hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification, and hit the all so that you get all notifications whenever I upload a new video. And remember to stay with me, because I will have more videos coming out in the Saree on My Mind series. So see you in my next video. Until next time, remember to live, love, and dare to dream. I love you all. Bye.